Liverpool again, checking in. Bernardo Silva and Erling Haaland blasts his way through and rips into another new campaign. Savinho, De Bruyne!
And at this moment in time, that Chelsea midfield are getting run ragged.
Doku! That's a fine, athletic, elastic touch over from De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva, Haaland! Sanchez had a decent view. Silva, Lavia, Jackson, point blank! And Edison merely stood up.
Read of the game, Sanchez has been poor in possession.
Kovacic driving. Kovacic! City are winning again from the outset. A Chelsea player turns champion, sets the seal on it. Changes, the standards have not slipped one jot. Manchester City win. He's been really purposeful. And Salah. They're queuing up. And Szoboszlai with Luis Diaz at the back post. To establish a lead for Liverpool 10 minutes out from half-time. Luis Diaz, Mo Salah. Diaz! Oh, that's sharp! That is so sharp! And Liverpool are fizzing clear!
To Casemiro.
Off it by McAllister. Taken on by Szoboszlai, sifted on for Salah, 3-0! The Egyptian archer, with a quiver full of arrows, scores, routine Salah's wriggling, and Salah fires high.
Yeah, this is
Scooped up towards Sutton, and Alisson plunges.
It's a good chance.
Afternoon in Manchester for Arne Slot, a statement. And Kulusevski got a flick. It's a great glove from Raya. Flicked up by Maddison. Solanke was arching. Kulusevski. Dejan Kulusevski, brilliant Johnson high.
That was a tough one, he's got his hand.
In by Saka, Gabriel! For Arsenal at Spurs! A monster leap on a monster day in North London. Jorginho's helping too. It's Kulusevski! Pretty close. Wins in a row on Tottenham turf. A tough one for Ange to swallow. Savinho gliding gorgeously and playing in. Erling Haaland! To complete a dazzling City century. The phenomenon. 100 goals in a flash. Side of the ball, both have already caught the eye. Gundogan! He saw a glint of light at the near to drive at Walker and set it back for Calafiori. Oh, it's a beauty! What a strike! What a moment for Ricardo Calafiori to introduce himself to England. England's big league. Saka takes, Gabriel's in there! Absolutely unstoppable! A force of muscular nature! And Arsenal lead on the champions patch! Lifts it in, Haaland's up, scooped away by Raya, Bernardo Silva high! Raya plunged again. Grealish. Kovacic! It's 2-2! At the very last!
Oh, it's gone off between the benches.
Out. A warmth of handshake which contrasts hugely with a... Drove away from Ugarte.
Brilliant.
Van der Ven and touched in by Johnson.
Absolutely brilliant from Van der Ven. One of the best runs I've ever seen from a centre-back.
Sheer blistering pace. Ski. And Brennan Johnson hits the post and out.
Would have been a wonderful goal. From
back in by Porro, Romero. Acrobatics. It's Brennan Johnson. Johnson and Kulusevski. And Spurs ease clear. These are days to be cherished. A little corner of Manchester. Changing. Martinez, Casemiro! That's close. It's an 18-year-old Swede over the corner. Bergvall. And it got its flick and it got its finish on the line from Dominic Solanke. And he too rejoices in a purple patch. The Spurs shirt, week on week. The glory game is Tottenham's, and by a monstrous margin. Manchester. And Curtis Jones went over.
Oh, he's given it.
Penalty.
See.
Without compromise, he clattered Liverpool in front. Robertson to feed Palmer.
It's been a quiet half for him.
Position and positioning has been a feature of the game. Caicedo through here for Nicholas Jackson.
That's a brilliant.
The flag's up. The flag's up.
I thought he bent his run, you know. I thought he was onside from up here. I really did. I'll be amazed. If he was, I genuinely was.
Salah, what a ball! Jones! He's been terrific. He has demanded that goal, and Liverpool have their lead back in a flash.
Oh, he's been involved in everything, Curtis Jones.
So. Liverpool walk serenely on. 10 wins from 11 under Arne. Knight's ball is a beauty, and Saka's onto it. He checks away from Robertson. Lashes Arsenal in front. Bukayo Saka makes his mark again at once. Marino's lost it. Salah's onto it! And sweeps it wide. Alexander-Arnold with the corner. It got its flick, it got its touch! From Virgil van Dijk, right on the line, and Liverpool are level. A captain's goal apiece.
Oh, I said the game had a good feel to it.
And Rice flings it in, and Arsenal have their lead. Mikel Marino tiptoed round the back.
Get me that set piece, coach.
Alexander-Arnold, that's beautifully weighted. That's Nunez, and that's Salah, and that is 2-2.
Oh, his passing was wayward, but not anymore.
We'll be glad to shake hands. Mutual satisfaction, if not quite complete. Whistle had already gone. Bruno Fernandes. Rashford! It's flicked the frame of the goal. So, Pedro Neto! Close-ish.
Oh, yeah, two choices.
Casemiro and Højlund! Penalty! Bruno Fernandes ignites it! Manchester United as they strive to march out of one era and into another. Snatch a lead for Rooney. Flung in by Palmer. Held as far as Caicedo! He has hit that with special purity. One each.
Oh, he's been really good, Caicedo.
Down by Lindelof. Garnacho! Stretford has to settle for it. A game which in the end had no climactic moments. Palmer! That is a sharp stop from David Raya, but Neto wants a yard. Neto made a yard and delivered onto the forehead of Gusto, who from a yard out ahead. And And flying in was the centre half. Ødegaard lifted up here towards Martinelli! London's pride! Wiggled a hit, got away from Lavia, and got away a decent hit as well. To Fernandes, and Pedro Neto! Oh, that's a smashing goal! Zest and fizz! It's 1 inch at the bridge!
Well, he's been driving me crazy.
Ødegaard. Saliba!
Oh,
no. They queued up how that moment escaped him and Arsenal. Havertz.
Looking to bend one round for Maddison! Well, where has that come from? Tottenham have barely landed a punch on Manchester City, but when it mattered, Maddison was there.
well.
Guardiola and Foden took it on the stretch. Quick 1-2, Son looking to bend one on! Edison at full stretch, tips it round. James Maddison. Son back to Maddison again, and they've weaved their way through for a second for Spurs, a second for James Maddison. What a 28th birthday this is turning out to be for him. It's Guardiola pulls it back, Haaland lifts it over, and the three chances. Odd one across for Dominic Solanke. Son's up there with him, but it's back to Porro! And the man who never got a chance at Manchester City adds to their woes big time. Spurs in an unbelievable position here. It's 3-0. Pressure, it's run loose to Erling Haaland, who hits one and grazes the crossbar. Werner now takes the fight to Kyle Walker and bursts past him. Cross for Johnson! It's 4! It's unreal! The visiting Tottenham fans must think they are dreaming. They have humbled the champions.
Goodness gracious me.
For Tottenham Hotspur, who for the second time in 25 days have beaten Manchester City.
Plenty options in field. It's it off Cody Gakpo. Liverpool's excellent start delivers the opening goal at the Cop End. 6 goals now in his last 8 appearances here at Anfield. Sent in by McAllister. Van Dijk so close again. Van Dijk made the dart towards the front post and just fractionally over the top. Mo Salah, not the person you want to give it to here, but he fluffs his lines for once. That could have... Luis Diaz has been able to nip in. Ortega, has he fouled him? It's a penalty! Mo Salah finds the net in a 6th Premier League game in a row. There is no show like a Mo show for Liverpool. Ever.
Well, I think that's a measure of his character, the fact that he missed one in mid.
Zinchenko blocked and Martinelli skews it wide, and that's a couple of notable chances now for us. Trove to keep it in. Dallo! United's best chance falls the way of Diop. And there's the goal they've been looking for. Timber with a flick, and at last a breakthrough. Set piece kings, title contenders, and Manchester United are finally undone. One of these ended up in the back of the net. Oh, and this one nearly does too. Joshua Zick. Delict with a header, clawed away by Raya. Well, even if you do get past them, David Raya's between. Deeper one, Partey's there, and it ends up in the net. This time it's William Saliba. Two for the Gunners. William Saliba's first of the season. United under Ruben Amorim, but Arteta's side closed the gap on Liverpool at the top of the...
He has a mood of its own. They just don't get on, besides which Tottenham need this one win. And Johnson's hurriedly onto it. Solanke's through the middle, Son's there too. Johnson, Solanke! It's a Tottenham Hotspur flyer! And Cucurella hangs his head.
Yeah, big mistake by that man.
Kulusevski's onto it. Dejan Kulusevski! Has squeezed it in, and Spurs are 2 to the good in next to no time. Sancho, oh, terrific goal. That is a piercing hit. This is a gripping game.
Well, I said the thing that could keep Chelsea going is the fact that Tottenham give you the
Since joining. It's Salmo! It's pretty close.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Cucurella. Fernandes!
It was in.
That's taken a coat of paint. Fiddled through for Caicedo! Bissouma's challenge. Penalty kick.
I mean,
Right on the hour. Cole Palmer is the man. And Chelsea are right back where they started.
never mind penalties. Even when he gets a decent chance, you never expect this player to miss.
Behind him. And this is Son Heung-min!
I'm not having that.
Cole Palmer, lovely change of direction. Enzo Fernandez! 2-0 down, 3-2 up! Chelsea are tormenting Tottenham again.
Penalty.
Palmer with Sorry at his back, it's a penalty.
Of course it's a penalty.
Cole Palmer. Oh! Ice cold. And Chelsea are right in the thick of the title debate. Maddison round the back. James Maddison, Son! 3 fabulous football match, and Chelsea are living their best lives. Chelsea are central. Ugarte. Ahmad! Flags up, flags up. De Bruyne went short, Gundogan. De Bruyne squeezes something in, and Manchester City have a lead! Josko Gvardiol! How they've thirsted for that! Gundogan, Foden, Phil Foden!
He just gets the touch. I think it's a deflection, but I think Anana gets the touch as well.
Bruno Fernandes, Ahmad! Ederson had a journey to make.
Well,
And he's rolled it through for Bruno Fernandes! Ahmad.
Oh, it's penalty.
Penalty kick. Ahmad up. Bruno Fernandes may have dug out the Reds. Martinez.
He's through.
Ahmad through the middle, he's got a touch on it, and Ahmad has scored for Manchester United in the 90th minute. That's a staggering moment, a mood-turning moment that enable Manchester United to dig out a smile. It is they who feel the respite, the parting of the clouds. Dejan Kulusevski and Papsar skips it wide. Salah against the crossbar. Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool's breaks through. As they enhance their level of comfort at the top of the Premier League. Andy Robertson, Szoboszlai's up, Liverpool are 2 up. Alexis McAllister's tiptoed in, and the Reds are in the right place.
Well, if the rest are watching, it's as good a 35 minutes.
Maddison has it back. It's James Maddison! And Tottenham have an interest!
Well, they're asking for foul. Van Dijk's not happy at all. McAllister's on the ground. He wants a free kick. He isn't going to get one, I don't think.
Going to be there first, and Diaz is beyond him. It's Salah. It's Szoboszlai! It's a smooth Liverpool goal. And they march way out in front again in the seconds up to half-time. Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, Szoboszlai, Salah! They're tearing it up in London town. Liverpool irrepressible. 1-4, and Liverpool are hungry for more. And Szoboszlai, and Salah, and 5! This is a creep.
But what he does rely upon is outstanding one-on-one, quick.
Solanke, Kulusevski!
Well, I definitely have to go and score 4 or 5, that's the thing.
That's a sharp goal. It's a really good. Bergvall. Johnson. Solanke! 3-5. Who's keeping count?
Well, this is typical Tottenham.
Szoboszlai. Salah. Diaz! It's crazy, it's fun, it's 6 for Liverpool. Are you not entertained? Through neutralise, and indeed especially through Liverpudlian eyes. It's been fun, it's been chaos. Gravenberg, Gakpo!
He's having a go at Rasmus Højlund.
Gravenberg away from Mainu. Gravenberg! Oh, he caught that swing. Bruno Fernandes. Lisandro Martinez! Thunders it in for Manchester United at Anfield! A goal rare and precious! Back. McAllister. Gakpo! Fabulous goal! Amongst the men of Liverpool's moment, Cody Gakpo stepped up. Fernandes could come down here for Salah, and there are handball questions.
I think his hand was high.
Again from Garnacho. Garnacho's cross, and that! Well, that shakes it up again. Manchester United are not going away. Is Joshua Zirkzee. Maguire has cleared the crossbar. That is a fallen head. That is a belting football match. in the finest traditions.
Ball here for Kulusevski, and from the angle that's turned around by David Raya. From the corner, Solanke was thinking about coming on. Son then places it, scores! Wow.
I think there's a deflection in there, but what a finish.
Well, the Tottenham captain, with that big beaming smile on his face, scores his 8th goal of the season and scores his 9th goal against Arsenal as a Tottenham player. And for all of the early pressure from the home side, the majority of which have been punched away by the Tottenham goalkeeper, and he's not going to get to this one because Gabriel does. And once again, Arsenal's number 6 delivers from a set piece. He's so difficult to defend, and he heads Arsenal level in the North London derby for Arsenal. Quickly through to Trossard. Got to get somebody in the box though, Arsenal. Trossard does it himself! Doesn't need anybody else! It's gone through the goalkeeper into the back of the net, and Trossard says to the Tottenham supporters, I can't hear you now. 2-1 to Arsenal.
Dragerson has to get across there quicker. He has to understand there's danger. Look, get across, get out to him before he gets in the 18-yard box.
Pedro Porro whips it in, hits the outside of the post, and judging by his reaction to the title race and supremacy in the north of the capital city, belongs once again to...
Was up towards Nicholas Jackson, and Kasanov's header is short. Jackson lays the ball across, and it's a goal for Chelsea, for Noni Madueke, and it is a mistake from the new signing that has set Chelsea up for the opening goal. It falls short from the new defender. Jackson pounced, and Foden takes it on the turn and lashes it. That had some force.
Both attacks winning.
Haaland with the flick on, Gvardiol. Let's go, Gvardiol. To win a really well-timed one as well. And he prods it just wide. He's a real danger to chip. Nunes, who's made the run in from the outside this time. And he's going to break for Gvardiol. And if anyone in Manchester City's ranks has deserved a goal, he has, and he gets one. The Premier League's top scoring defender this season on the mark again. Haaland, but he's found his target. Marmoush!
This is classic Haaland, old school Haaland.
Goalkeeper's come a long way and pays for it. Sanchez went walkabouts, and Haaland finds his target, and from 1-0 down, Manchester City have recovered their composure and lead 2-1.
Well, earlier on in the week, Pep Guardiola talked about a more modern style of football that's direct, and it is.
On, and Foden's through. This could settle it for Manchester City. And now the feeling in this stadium will be that they are back. If they can beat rival contenders like Chelsea, like this, then maybe they are. That's a win. The game, in some respects, couldn't have started worse for Pep Guardiola, who launched...
Kanji got into trouble. It's played forward here for Kai Havertz. Odegaard! Arsenal are out of the blocks. A gift. Marmoush into the mix. Brilliant reaction.
That's a
from
hell of a
Ryan.
save. What a save.
Ortega's given it away, and Kai Havertz has pulled it wide.
He didn't want it. I'm telling you, the first one that he passes.
Complication to Foden. Savinho. Haaland! One big touch!
Oh, wrong way. He needs to go for Gabriel, surely. He's not done, though.
Erling Haaland insists on his moment. And but it's phenomenal effort. Thomas Partey! It's 1-in! Crossing in now. Rice. Miles Lewis skinny! Stunning! The boy becomes a man! Angel Martinelli at full lick. Havertz.
Oh, it's such a big moment for him.
And Arsenal. Beautiful switch. Mary. What a hit! What a hit! What a star! What a game! What a stream! They do so with vigour and zest and style. They do so extravagantly. Taken up here by Alejandro Garnacho! Great reach for Cario. Dallo off the line. Stop by Bentancur. Son flashes it across. Bergvall has a hit. It's fired in by Madison and Tottenham lead. He's back at the board. Fernandez has found Alejandro Garnacho, who has hoisted it high. Constanzo came down for Garnacho. Terrific stop. Sharply down at his near post by Son. Kulusevski beaten away by Onana, out by De Ligt, on by Maguire. Spur, the sweet, warming taste of victory. One man's comfort is another's deep. In by McAllister, on by Soboslai, hit by Salah! There's that beaming Egyptian smile again! The Reds are bouncing up and down. Away from Guardiola and set for Soboslai! Who's stopping them? Liverpool are meaning this and some. They're closing in. Rolled in for Marmoush! Foden was begging for it.
Oh, it's amazing. You could be tuned.
Diaz. Oh, it's a good hit, and it's a very good reach from Ederson. And Liverpool are in a pretty tasty place. Perhaps it's the day.
His runner, and Nunez has crossed it into Haaland. First shot on target for him, and he will be disappointed he didn't do more to test for Cario. Doku trying to trick his way past Pedro Porro. He's found Haaland this time. And Tottenham Hotspur are behind. And Haaland is back, and he is crushing it in the capital again. He loves coming to London. Skipping past all comers, it's still Jeremy Doku. Vicario had to watch that through a crowd of bodies. Dangerous tonight. And it's a decent ball in towards Savinho, and that's a big miss. That should have been 2-0, and he knows it. Porro with the delivery. Aimed in towards Danso, and Ederson had to backpedal and tip that over the top. It's a good save, might come back to Son again. And Diaz tidies up, it's a timely intervention to overturn the goal. Here is Papsar at the other end. In 1-0 or 2-0, it does finish in Manchester City's favour. And just when you think that things are starting to turn for you.
at the end of the first half, if he can strike it well. Bruno Fernandes! The captain delivers! What a goal! And completely against the run of play! Bruno Fernandes. Odegaard, no one marking him! Manchester United relieved to see that over. It took a touch. Comes the corner delivery, no one marking Rice this time! That was a couple of shots that Arsenal have been... Mazraoui! What a save from David Raya! That would have been... Nice bit of turning there, and Declan Rice equalises for Arsenal! He scores at the Stretford end and tells the Manchester United fans to calm down. Manchester United won, Arsenal won. Nacho wants to take it on himself. He had options. He thought there might have been a deflection. No, Fernandes! Saved by Raya! Off the goal line! It didn't go over the line! But nothing to separate them in the end. A goal apiece, a point apiece. It's one.
Getting it! And it's pushed away in the end as Rice hits it over. It deflected back off Badiashile. Here's Rice having a go from range. And that had Sanchez worried. Yeah. Odegaard's kick gets the flick, and it's an effective one from Mikel Merino. The makeshift striker steps up to the plate again. Lovely flicked header. Well, and Cucurella. Oh, it slipped away from Raya, and he is breathing a massive sigh. Crossed by Martinelli, Rice let it run, and it was Marino's effort. It's a good save by Sanchez. This game, in fact, it's the makeshift Mikel Merino who's won the day for them with. Looking for a breakthrough with Nicholas Jackson, who leaned into it. Oh, it's hit the post. It could very nearly have been an own goal in the opening. Neto's ball in, beyond Cucurella, Sancho! Correa. Back in by Palmer, Fernandes! Blue heaven again for Chelsea in this derby. And it's the Chelsea skipper who's come up with the goods. Johnson up against Cucurella, driven across the Son! And Sanchez making an important League quest, gets a massive boost, and their dominance over Tottenham Hotspur continues. They're up to 4.
And now Phil Foden to skid one wide of the near post. For Ilkay Gundogan. It's not a bad hit. Omar Marmoush. They got across. Hero whips in towards Hoyland. Came up for Ugarte. Nobody twitched. He stretch, a classic of its kind. Perhaps you might say a neat summary for either side. Salah, who exchanged with McAllister. Mo Salah indicates he's in the mood. Back in by Soboslai. Oh! Cody Gakpo's acrobatic. Madison with depth. That's a good header. And there is a kick in the shins for the seemingly certain Dominic Solanke has risen for Spurs. and stuck a pin in the atmosphere.
Wasn't quite in the script.
Salah sifted through for Szoboszlai. Diaz! Flags up, flags up.
I thought he was on. I mean, we're not in line, so you're always just making the judgment call from a position.
Tell, nicked back by Ravenberg, and hit by McAllister! Oh, it's a beauty! And now you've got to believe them! McAllister's take, Bergvall away. Onto it here is Cody Gakpo! Champions now, beyond all reasonable doubt, with the thick end of an hour still to play. Dominic Szoboszlai. Mo Salah! Sunshine and champagne! Alexander-Arnold, Diogo Jota, and touched in for number 5, and it's an own goal. As much about Tottenham misery as it is Liverpool are the champions, for their people, with their people. Tsimikas in reverse, Neto forcing him back and feeding it for Fernandes! Oh, that's a smooth Chelsea goal against the champions. It's Pedro Neto! He rippled the netting from the outside.
Yeah.
Gas. Palmer's around him. Van Dijk's clearance bounce back in. And Chelsea's lead is doubled. Tsimikas, Salah. Collected it so sweetly and rolled it against the post. And Alisson can pick it up.
Well, that would have been fitting.
McAllister's corner, Van Dijk! Gives Liverpool an interest into the last 6 minutes at the bridge.
Well, you didn't have to be a set-piece coach to work out that that was coming.
They have 30 seconds to launch something. Caicedo's gone in, Costa fouled him. And Chelsea have a penalty. Cole Palmer crowns a regal display, and Chelsea see off the champions. For Chelsea, a win of genuine substance. From Cole. Odegaard to play it in, and Bukayo Saka to roll it wide. And there was no flag.
No, there was no flag. As that ball was played in front of him, didn't look across.
Robertson Gakpo!
He's made up for it.
Nails it near post. And the champions are in front. Celebrations here a fortnight ago. Szoboszlai's onside, and Diaz can walk it in for 2. They're on a high, and some.
mentioned it in the first 5 minutes. There were signs that the Arsenal on the ball.
Diaz. Curtis Jones!
Well, we're seeing an exhibition from
Trossard.
Great chance they just had.
Trossard in, and Gabriel Martinelli has nudged Arsenal back to within one.
Oh, well done, Mikel Arteta. Well done, Arsenal.
Saka. Martin Odegaard! Alisson got across. Marino followed it in, and Arsenal are level. Well, they have dug deep for that.
Well, Alisson's...
And Robertson has lifted it high and wide. Martin Odegaard! Within inch, especially to Arsenal for turning that into the contest it became.
He's right, but he ignores him for now and looks for Madueke! It was a good spot by Palmer, and Madueke just couldn't keep the shot. There's Palmer. James! A thumping strike from Reece James. Here's Amad Diallo, 3 up with him. Fernandes!
He wanted it earlier offer.
James, nice turn. Nice clip across. Cucurella! It is a huge goal in Chelsea season. Their place in the top 5 tonight was under threat, but Cucurella comes up with his 5th. Madueke, could he make it 2? Well, maybe he should have. Diallo causing a real fright now for Chelsea, and Sanchez got down really well.
Well, Amad's imperative to keep their Champions League qualification hopes alive.
It was an easy